Hey folks, welcome back. I want to talk about breakdown units. It's one of my favorite things in this system, that we have the flexibility to break down units from their parent. And let's get a better look at this. There we go. So you can take units like this and break them down and bring in two of their units that represent those two. And basically, you can then split them up, attach them to another division. There might be a battalion that needs, an infantry battalion that needs some armor support. So I love the way that we're able to take these, break them down. This will go into a breakdown box, which will have a number that will represent these numbers here. So when we want to combine them back again into their parent formation, we can bring it back on the board. Another situation can be engineers, which are very important in this game. We can break down engineers into 3 companies. And what this does actually is when you make attacks on units inside of entrenchment, an entrenchment gives 2 shifts to the enemy in their favor in the combat. But if you bring engineers, each engineer, but they must be in a separate hex when attacking, can negate. Let's do this. Let's say this was the case. Each one of these, this will negate one of those shifts, this will negate the other shift, because this entrenchment gives 2 shifts to the defender. But having these 2 units in separate hexes, it must be separate. You can't have 2 in one hex and negate both of them. Only one will negate it. So you want to separate them. So by having them separated and breaking them down from this larger one, that's the flexibility it gives you. If this unit was in the city, these 2 will negate this, and then this engineer would also give a shift against the city. So it shows you how powerful and useful engineers are in this system. Another thing we can see is, let's see here, more with armor, bring in the US. M18s, again. There might be some infantry units that need it. Let's say the 28th. Let's zoom this out. So let's say the 28 infantry units needed some. Let me see if I can find some more. Well, I guess not, they're not here. But you get a sense of what I'm speaking about. So if I had 2 other battalions, they each can have these with them in the hex, giving them armor support, which is crucial when fighting against, of course, German armor, when they're going head to head. So just a couple of things that are very useful that I love this system for. I guess the more I play it, the more little things I see. Oh, another thing I want to bring up is when making an attack on someone, let's say, I don't know, let's just say he was sitting in entrenchment too. You just don't go willy-nilly up and attacking. You need to bring the forces that are gonna help benefit what you need to do. So you want to make sure you have the engineers with you. I don't have any engineers for the Germans on the board, so let's flip-flop this then. Let's do this instead. Let's say the Germans. Let's say the Germans are there. And now we have infantry. We'll bring in 9th. And we'll bring in 10th armor. And we'll do this. So what you want to do is, one, make sure you have artillery support. So you want to blast this thing first with artillery. You want to try to knock this down as much as possible, or trying to knock the unit out of that hex. Usually the unit will stay there and take losses or lose this. If the artillery doesn't work, then you come in with your PA, which is prepared assault attacks. And now that you have the proper units to mitigate this entrenchment, you're in good position. Because if you didn't have these at all, this unit automatically is going to get 2 shifts in their favor. That's 2 shifts on the ratio scale, which is huge, very, very big. And if there was a unit, let's say they had this going on, and this defender would give a shift to this defense unit, because any friendly units adjacent to the enemy that's attacking will get a shift. If this enemy unit that was attacking was in non-movement cover terrain, which it looks like it is, this unit gets 2 shifts in their favor. So you want to bring artillery to blast this away, or even blast this guy out of there, or put an AS marker on top of him. By doing so, you eliminate their ability to give a defensive shift for that defender. So these are just little things that you pick up when you play this system, that we start getting out of the rules and start actually playing the game. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks.